So, I do not have good things to say about this unit gameplay wise. They are an arts assassin that has very low face card refund and also low MP refund. You are reliant on your supports brute forcing the MP, and he only has one quick card as an assassin. I always think assassins should at least have 2 quick cards, at least. I get why they gave him double buster, double arts. It is for damage. He does hit very fucking hard. He can hit very hard, so I get it. But at the same time, they gimped his strength as an assassin. Cool costumes, and the fact that this is assassin when in extra, that's what Shuwen was. Let's not go into the other versions of extra. You guys know what I mean. Last encore. Yeah, Gramps is cool in this game, but like personality wise, but not the biggest fan. He is actually the unit I picked for my 5-star ticket, and my reasoning was I would never roll for a servant like this. It does not. His kit doesn't gel with me. What they gave him, I don't like it. Not as an assassin. Literally, if he was, I would take this as a lancer. I wouldn't, but he's already a lancer, and lancers still usually have double buster, double quick. Yeah, let's get started. Base attack and base HP are low as shit. This 12.5 HP is so goddamn low for a 5-star. This is borderline 4-star number, and his attack isn't batting 1,000 either. This is lower than the midpoint as well. So low base attack and low base HP for a 5-star. Like, there are literally 4-stars that do have more HP than this. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong on that, please call me out in the comments, but I'm pretty sure there are some 4-stars that can have higher HP than this. Whether you have to grail them or not, can't remember. But there are 4-stars that probably can pass this up. Star weight, star gen, assassin numbers. Star gens above 25, always exceptional for assassins. MP charge 0.99. The issue is the hit counts. The quick card, thank God they made it above average. They gave him a quick card where he can gen stars, and it's not 2 hits like your 1 assassins. It is at least 4. But is that all the stars that he's going to need? Again, that depends on your sports. You'd have to run like 20-30 on your Castorias. You pretty much don't have the option, and you're probably gonna be wanting to run Lady Avalon too for even more passive star gen and more crit damage. The arts cards are probably the biggest issue. Yes, 2 hits with basically 1% gain. That's good. That's not the worst. But bitch has a 4-hit arts card and only 1 of them, and it regens like is the highest in the game. Yes, bitch came out a couple years after Shuwen, but he was the second assassin after Shuwen, the second 5-star, and there weren't that. Like, I'm trying to make the gap look better, honestly, but like there is 4 assassins in between them. 4 that, like, Charlotte's there, but she's a 1-star, and one of them is Kama. Like, the last 5-star was Semiramis before them. So out of these 3, And we'll even bring no, I put it like putting Kama and Bitch in like and showing these 5 assassins isn't fair. I realize going over it, it's not fair because Kama and Bitch really are exceptions to the rule. It's not fair to compare him to an exception or exceptions. It just sucks that he came out around those exceptions. At least his extra attack is going to be very good. You are supposed to be doing Brave Chains, and you will regen a lot from this. You will get so much out of this extra attack. I'm almost tempted to say go extra attack for Repend already, but they're probably going to give him a battery if they didn't already. I honestly... It's been a minute since I looked at the kit. Alright, first skill. 1 turn ignore invincibility, 1 turn crit damage. If you're gonna pair these two together, it makes so much sense. The issue is having enough stars to make use of this crit damage. The ignore invincibility, you need it when you need it. You don't always need them at the same time, if at all. Sometimes you don't even need an ignore invul. So it's basically just a crit damage skill most of the time. Pop it when you need to. 100% crit damage is never bad. Second skill, evasion for 1 turn, star weight for 1 turn, and 15 stars. Good. This is good. Just another 1 turn buff. Do you see the pattern? Do you see the pattern? Third skill, 30% attack buff, 20% attack buff as well, but this one lasts for 3 turns, and debuff immunity for 1 turn. Yeah, FGO doesn't really make encounters that are supposed to be done in 1 turn, and he does not have a battery, so he is totally reliant on you, the player, giving him a CE that gives him MP. He is reliant on the support, Castoria, to give him gauge to get back to his MP, and any other sustained buffs that will actually let him do damage. He's not like Hintoki. He's not like Summer Castoria. He would need a battery for a kit like this to really make use of it and like one shot something in a 90 plus or something, because like his high is really good. When he doesn't have any of his own buffs, his damage falls off immensely. And it's not like he has that many buffs in the first place. He has 2 sources of damage, first and third skill. This at least has sustained power. At least this has sustained power. But again, not a fan of this kit. His passive is amazing for an arts assassin. That is his probably best thing. That for an arts assassin, this makes the most sense possible. You give arts up and Sargen like as the same passive. Could they have made him like have 2 different passives? Yeah. Did they? No. Like, at least he has it, and he has like a skill that makes sense. It's a lore accurate skill, veteran. Because of course, at least Shuwen. Yeah. So, out of all his skills that they'd probably put a battery on, I'd say it's his first skill. If they were gonna put a battery on something, it would be this. They would not put like a 30 battery on this, and while it is possible, not likely. This, I think, is his weakest skill. If it's 1 turn, you might as well slap a battery on it. And it does make even more sense for like him just one-shotting a boss if he had it on the crit skill. But that's just my opinion. The most value right now, 100%, is extra attack, because this is very strong. But it depends on how often you want to face guard with him. If you do want him to just one-shot something, going for extra attack doesn't make sense because you're just one-shotting. You're not trying to card him. But for challenge quests, you would want this because you might be face guarding more. But again, don't think his face guard refund is the best for a 5-star. I don't I don't like the way it works with with the cards themselves, and game balance and everything. Just hit counts. Like the Lancer version has this issue, but not nearly as bad with the one-turn buffs. But it's the refund that is like the issue. Like in practice, probably works better, but like it's too heavily reliant on crits for an assassin. Like he really needed the extra quick card to be able to make it for himself. He's just too heavily reliant on supports to like work in the modern landscape. He's getting stiff competition. Not necessarily from other assassins, but he is starting to get stiff competition. Like Lacosta can ramp up damage and just functions easier. I'm not saying she's better, because she's not. She's a very different type of unit. Shiki, if you have them, very comparable because they also pierce invincibility. They also insta kill, and they also have better hit counts. And if you have them MP5, they're doing about the same damage. And I believe Shiki's buffs are not one turn, but I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty no. Or crit damage is at least okay. No. Yeah, so basically the same. Li Shuwen is, oh god, no, he's that is so fucking funny that Li Shuwen is basically Saber Assassin Shiki with lacking an extra card. Yeah, it actually is really funny that Assassin Shiki is exactly the type of servant I was talking about. I mean, like, their damage is about equal. So, like, really, if you have Assassin Shiki, you don't need Li Shuwen. He just has, like, maybe higher crit damage, but I see this 4-star having, like, more value. And especially because you can just rail her and she'll hit harder. Like, at level 80, her damage matches Li Shuwen's level 90. So, yeah, two extra grails, but I think this is a stronger kit. If you have her, you're good. You probably don't need Li Shuwen. Well, let's continue on because pretty sure I didn't finish. Yeah, we were just talking about appends. So yeah, you could get this because they might give him a battery, but I do think that would make him a little too similar to Assassin Shiki if he did get like a 30. I could see them giving him a 50 just because it's Li Shuwen. But like this plays nicer with if you're running him multi-core, it does play nice. Castoria would give him a 30, and that's probably what he'd need. Any arch chains, he'd probably get it. But just him by himself and just like Castoria and another arch support, it's just like doesn't flow that well. Like, he's too reliant on them to like give him damage. Like it's just his floor is so different from his ceiling. Like even Shisho with all her one-turn buffs still has a 50% crit damage buff, and like when she spikes, Shisho spikes. Like this is Li Shuwen's floor and ceiling. This is Shisho's floor and ceiling. I can't even like actually show it. Like how high the difference between her floor and her ceiling is, because it is massive, but her floor is still very high too. At least his overcharge is defense down before damage. That is a very nice overcharge, and like it's not something that is given by art support often. Like art's defense down is not something they do. So does stack with all the buffs they would be giving him. Plays very nicely with Castoria. It's just more damage. No, this isn't additive with anything. And it lasts 3 turns, so the overcharge is good, but the base effect is insta-kill. And it's 1 hit on Arts MP. And it's single target. So this isn't gonna refund anything. If any, it's gonna refund worse than Shuten Doji, more likely than not, because Shuten at least is AoE. So any farming you do with him is definitely gonna involve Oberon. If you want him to just start blasting. But yeah, his MP cannot refund. He cannot loop his MP on his own power. Only way is if he gets like an arts crit, and I don't know if he's gonna go all the way back to 100. He probably is gonna need like a lot more than just 1 or 2 Castorias just for an arts card to fully refund his MP. Could I be wrong about that? Yes. Is that an experience thing? Absolutely. But I like to compare like bases to base, and 100%, if you have higher copies of him, he probably performs very well. I'm not saying he is like the worst 5-star ever. He just doesn't fit what I like in Assassins. He doesn't have the Sargenting that I think is like the selling point of the class. Like most Assassins have decent Sargent. I'm only having one quick card and like low refund on like low hits on his cards. It just doesn't make me want to use the Servant. Will I use him for shits and giggles? Sure, but he's never going to be like, no, I see this rider, no, I'm gonna bring Li Shuwen. No, that is definitely not what I'm thinking, as is most people. Most people, when they see a one enemy rider node, their first thought is not Li Shuwen, it is Kama, and then Kama just claps that rider boss in without taking damage. I picked him off my ticket for a reason. I don't have a high value of him. I wouldn't purposely summon for him and waste up to 900 quartz on this unit. I would rather just summon for them and get it out of the way. But that's just me. These videos are my opinion. I'm not trying to appease anyone on this one. If you like him, you like him. I don't like him as a playable character. Gotta remember gameplay. This is not him as an actual character. This is him gameplay wise. All right, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.